today we want to talk about some things that we can do to help us prevent having those feelings. So about 12 years ago, I had started receiving this little gentle feeling thing from God, check on that. You know how God will start out soft with you? So gentle, so kind. Sometimes we can hear everything God is telling us except those hard things, those things that make us have to sit down and do some work. And so I didn't pay attention to my life's vital signs. Life, you have vital signs, right? Certain things popping up and it's letting you know, hey, you need to look into that. Something's up with that. But I did. I kept going about my daily routine. And so, which my issue was the money issue, like so many other people. But in my mind, I was like, I'm a tither. I'm a pretty good giver. I'm just going to believe God for some debt cancellation. Y'all know about that? Have you said that? Jesus. I said to myself, I'm going to let God work that out. I'm just going to keep the faith and let Him do the work. Basically is what I was saying. And, but nevertheless, I feel like, okay, I'm serving, I'm faithful in the ministry. God is just going to bless me because of that. Hey, you can be saved, but your money is not saved. Right? And I found, looking back, that was kind of like irresponsible of me to kind of think that God was going to just do it all without me having any responsibility in the process. And when I look back, I realized that I was financially promiscuous. I was in a financially abusive relationship. I had contracted financial STDs. And thereby, I lost my dream home and ended up going into foreclosure. And I lost some relationships. I lost credibility with financial institutions. And I lost this mask that I was wearing that I didn't know that I was wearing. And to a certain extent, I lost some religion. I lost all of that. But I found the real me.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God allows things to happen to us to wake us up. To wake us up.
Amen.
To wake us up to the version of ourselves that He created us to be.
That's it.
Jesus.
Where I was not all that He had put into me. And as a result of that, I thank God that He loved me so much that He ordered a divine intervention.
That's it.
He sent me to financial rehab. Anybody in here needs to go to financial rehab? He let me experience that financial detox to cleanse my financial mindset, my financial habits, my financial mouth, the things that I spoke, and to detox and cleanse my money. This experience was transformational because I had never experienced something like this. When you go through a loss that's tremendous, it's like a paradigm shift.
That's it.
And it's to shift you because something is out of alignment. And where God is taking you, you got to know how to manage that thing.
Amen.
So God sent me there, and as a result, I ended up birthing some things. As a result, I achieved and expanded and multiplied in ways financially that I didn't know was inside of me. Some of you came over and said, "You wrote all these books?" Yeah. Been through some things. Been kind of living life. Books were written, businesses were established, multiple streams of income were started, and goals were reached and exceeded. I grew greatly in financial knowledge and wisdom. I experienced God's quantum leap power. God, and I learned financial abstinence.
That's it.
Anybody else needs to be financially abstinent?
Okay.
I recovered all.
Thank you.
God restored the years. Hashtag recovered and restored.
Amen.
Today I want to show you how to prevent and to get healed and to cleanse yourself if you have these issues with my presentation entitled The Money Cleanse, hashtag The Money Cleanse. Next slide, please. I talked about, you may have to click again. I talked about 4 ways that I changed. My mindset, my habits, my mouth, and then my money got clean. So the first thing about mindset, I heard the young lady before me, Ms. Key, talked about, she kept mentioning mindset. And then when Lenora's up, she talked about mindset. Be ye transformed. How?
By the renewing of your mind.
Renewing of your mind. The mind is so powerful.
Yes, it is.
What I think is manifested. Where you are right now is a manifestation of how you've been thinking. If you want to change some things, check at how you're thinking. When it comes to money, we've got to learn how to understand the laws of money. We've got to understand money. Sometimes we think we know how money functions. But if we are truthful about it, and we look at our financial situation, there may be some evidence there that we really don't understand. It's more to it than just get it and spend it.
That's it. Right.
And most people, that's the mindset that sometimes we have. We've got to stop leaving money on the table, women. Because as women, we hear a lot of talk and articles about when it comes to jobs, how we don't negotiate. But a man will go in there and do it. He doesn't care anything about the little range or the starting salary or whatever. And so we're leaving money on the table because we don't understand money. We got to stop living below God's capacity for us.
That's it.
Not my capacity, God's capacity. Because the last time I checked, He owns everything.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
We got to be the full version of that Proverbs 31 woman. You know, a lot of times when people talk about the Proverbs 31 woman, you know what they talk about? How holy she was. This woman was a businesswoman. She was successful. She had money. She knew how to make that money work. And I believe in this time, this is where God is trying to prompt us to become more savvy with the way that we use our money, ladies. Would you agree to that?
Amen.
Amen. They're talking about recession coming. Around the time that I lost my house, it was recession season. And guess what? All this time, here it is again. They're talking about it. Hopefully it won't. But if it doesn't, hopefully something I say today will help you and motivate you and inspire you to begin working on your finances, getting clean. I got so many notes on that. Then y'all learn how to hang with people. They got a different mindset than you, but an elevated mindset. You know, talk about mindset. Sometimes you can't hang with people that all the time that ain't trying to do nothing. Their thoughts ain't really thinking on a whole lot. I'm not saying totally neglect them because you could be an inspiration to them. But you've got to be able to hang with people with a mindset. Maybe you can hang with some at the low and you can encourage them. You need to hang with people that have a mindset at a level that maybe you do have. And then you need to hang with people at an elevated mindset above yourself. The next thing, on our mindset, we've got to look at how we regard money. Some people regard money as evil and filthy. You know, there's a scripture that talks about, you hear people saying the love of money is what? The root of all evil. And so when you hear that scripture, people don't want nothing to do with that. But it's the love part. But it's also the lack of money that is the root of all evil. The lack of
thereof.
Oh my God. That's good.
We've got to challenge our beliefs on money. We've got to remember that money is not evil, it's how you use it. Because in fact, if you're not managing it well, what God has given you, then you are an evildoer of the money that God has given you. So we've got to watch that. We've got to realize that money is a symbol of God's opulence. His beauty. His refinement and his elegance. His abundance. And that we've got to use it wisely and judiciously. We've got to use it for good. We got to use it constructively and to be a blessing to humanity. And if we want God to bless us, He will first want to know, are you going to code it to yourself, or are you going to be a vessel that I can use and speak and say, give?
Yes, yes.
And you're going to realize that, okay, this is not my money, I'm just a servant of it, and you got to understand the flow of money.
That's it.
Wealth is a state of consciousness. It's a mind condition. And the more you use your wealth mind, the less you have to work your behind.
Say that again.
Yes.
The more you use your wealth mind, the less you will have to work your behind. Okay? You can insult money by the way you think of it. And if you insult it, guess what? It ain't gonna come around, because you are resisting money. You got to tell yourself, I release resisting money, because you can be doing it and not even be consciously aware that you're resisting it because of the way you're thinking.
Wow.
You think it's evil.
Yeah.
Your current money condition, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, is a direct reflection of your state of mind. Everything is a condition of the mind. Everything is a condition of the mind.
Yes.
Everything is a condition of the mind.
Yes.
This chair started with a thought.
Amen.
And that thought manifested that chair. Now, what are your thoughts? What are you manifesting financially with your thoughts? The mind is a magnet. What you think, that's what you're going to draw. Look up those scriptures on thoughts. You're going to see, God, maybe I'm attracting all of these things. And there are 3 levels of money, and thought is that second level of money, which helps us to produce the money, the millions and the billions. And we're going to talk about that further. Hopefully I have enough time. I'm going to speed on. Because y'all know me, those that know that me from when I talk, I always have too much to get in on the time. Next is the poverty mindset. The poverty mindset. A poverty mindset person is a person that resists money. They have a money resisting complex. And a lot of times we get it from where? Parents. She talked about generational. When you think back on your parents, what were money conversations like in your house?
We don't have it.
We don't have it. We may have experienced something getting turned off, or the utility man coming to the house, or it comes from the way we were raised. It can come from the environment. It comes from social conditioning. And then certain groups of people may have adopted a money-resistant complex because you feel like historically this group of people have been marginalized and therefore have not had total access to wealth like other races and groups of people. But if you want to be prosperous, you have to reject the poverty mindset. And you've got to stop teaching the poor people's psychology. And if you have not studied money, you don't realize that you're doing it. But today I want you to begin to study it. You've got to, the next thing is, a poverty mindset is a person that's a financial fornicator. You cheating on money. You're promiscuous with money. You do one-night stands. You make transactions that's to be one that you pay for cash, but then you hook up and charge it on credit and don't pay it off at the end of the month. So it's not a one-night stand, but it should be. You're in a financially abusive relationship. You paying for things at high interest. That's what that means to be in a financially abusive relationship. Creditors are calling you, wondering where is their money. Financial STDs is another thing of the poverty mindset, which is substantial, tremendous debt. I have a handout at the table that I want you to be sure to stop by and get, and it's a little survey for you to determine how promiscuous financially you are. So be sure to stop by and get that. Let me see if there's something else that I want to say on here. Okay, let's go to the next slide on habits. The next thing that we want to cleanse. Habits are things we do repeatedly, right? And most of the time we're hardly aware of them because it's a habit. You do it without even thinking about it. Basically, it's when you operating on autopilot, right? This just happens. These are the habits that we want to cleanse. Spending more than we earn. Relying on credit cards to pay bills. Taking out payday loans. Not prepared for emergencies. Paying bills late. Failing to save for the future. Not taking control of your career. like I said, negotiating. You know, you've been in the field for years and years and years. Why would you let them talk you into starting at the beginning range of that salary range?
That's it.
Negotiate. If you don't ask, the answer's always what? No. Blaming others for your circumstances, hoarding money, and never having fun. You see, people that have a lot of money, sometimes their weakness is they hoard it. They don't want to release it. You got to keep it in circulation. Being underinsured. Don't have enough insurance.
Talk about that.
You don't have life, health, auto. You don't have homeowners, renters. You don't have, you didn't move your money from a 401k to an annuity. You didn't do any of that. We've got to make sure we keep ourselves insured. And mainly life insurance is a big thing in the community that people are afraid to do. One of the things that I've done, I've expanded my business into selling life and the health insurance. So if you don't have it and you're interested in increasing it or getting signed up, be sure to sign up on the sign-up sheet, and so that we can have someone to reach out to you. Always working for money, but money not working for you. You know, y'all, at some point, money's supposed to start working for us.
Yes.
We've got to become investors, because we don't want to have to.